President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden have been showering attention on Pennsylvania, and on election night, the whole country will be watching the state's results. Both parties see it as one of the 5 or 6 most important states in deciding who wins the election. Many analysts describe it as the tipping point state. It's not just yous in the East and yins in the West. From liberal cities to conservative rural areas, from Eagles to Steelers, Wawa to Sheetz, from Mainline to Rust Belt, over 8 million eligible voters make up the Keystone State. So why is Pennsylvania most likely to decide the 2020 presidential election? To answer that question, first we need to talk about swing states. Swing states, which include Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Florida, among others, usually have some combination of demographic, geographic, and economic factors that give both parties a strong base of support. The states tend to have a mix of liberal cities and conservative rural areas, with suburbs and exurbs in between. They usually have a diverse population and a diverse economy, where you might find farming and manufacturing and white-collar professional jobs. Consider Pennsylvania. 4 of the last 5 presidential races were decided by less than 6 percentage points. In fact, in 2016, Trump won Pennsylvania by 44,000 votes, less than 1 percentage point. It's a state that can go either direction with just a small change. We have 1 Democratic senator and 1 Republican senator. We have 9 Democratic House members and 9 Republican House members. We have a Democratic governor, but before that, elected a Republican, and before that, a Democrat, and before that, a Republican. The state in many ways is a microcosm of America, and so its politics reflect the divided country. The old saying is that it's Philadelphia and Pittsburgh with Alabama in between, and politically, there's some truth in that, though it's a bit more complex than the quote. Despite its diverse cities, overall, Pennsylvania is still older and whiter than the country as a whole, which helps Trump. That was a huge factor in 2016. So what about 2020? Well, it was so close last time, both Trump and Biden think they have a chance this time.
But we're gonna win, and we're winning now, but it shouldn't be hard, it should be really easy.
You're all part of a movement that's gonna defeat Donald Trump and restore this nation. Thank you.
Democrats believe that the most simple route to winning the White House is to win back Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. All 3 had historically voted for Democrats for president, but flipped to Trump in 2016. Pennsylvania voted blue in presidential elections in 1992, 96, 2000, 2004, 2008, and 2012. Most people expected that trend to continue in 2016. But some pretty big things changed that year. The rural areas that are usually red became really, really red. Voters there loved what Trump was saying and showed up in huge numbers. At the same time, vast numbers of white working-class voters broke from the Democratic Party and also supported Trump. That helps explain why he even won 2 precincts in Philadelphia. This was repeated over and over across Pennsylvania. There was also a change in the other direction. Many suburbanites who were often moderate or lean right on fiscal issues voted for Democrats in 2016. Since then, the trends we saw in 2016 have mostly accelerated. Each party says they can patch up some of the weaknesses they showed in the last election. Trump has made arguments that he hopes can win back suburban voters who used to favor Republicans, and Biden is trying to woo back those blue-collar voters who abandoned the party 4 years ago. In a state decided by such a tiny margin, even a small shift in any of these groups could make the difference that decides who wins Pennsylvania and the presidency. For everything you need to know about this year's unprecedented presidential election, follow the Inquirer's coverage at inquirer.com/election.